Hello guys, so welcome to this course. We are going to talk about design process, and basically I'm just going to tell you how I start designing once a client reach out to me and how I convert his vision into reality. So mainly for streetwear, it's very important that you have a balance between artistic expression and functionality. That's something I can really remark from streetwear rather than other brands like probably casual wear from women. Sometimes that is not functional. And streetwear, like a main characteristic I can tell is like the garments are really functioning, right? So it has to be something. If it's outerwear, it really covers. If it's like streetwear, it's really like comfortable. So functionality is a main aspect by here. So the way I always start when I bring concepts to life is by the clients usually come to me with sketching ideas, like a sketch or some ideas that they may have in mind. And they always have like different ways, right? Like some of them, they already have something super concrete. They tell me, Maria, this is what I want from this style, this embroidery, and from this other one. I like how the fabric falls. I like this style, and I just want the print on it. It depends on every person, but it's important that you have something visual. So I'm just gonna just show you how you could do it. Like if you like these denim shorts and imagine you like all this logo and how it is positioned and all that, you can send all these and also as a adding as a reference how the contrast fabric is right here or the hem, how the hem is like unconstructed, and then people tell me, this is what I like from this style, or I want to add some like patch, like start as patches right here in the leg, or let's say something like I want to make just cargo pants, denim pants, and or I want to create something big and just use it as distressed patch, like a big distressed patch with my logo. It just depends, right? So I'm gonna show you like an example from Lord knows. He was very clear in this idea, like in this Born Sinner hoodie. So in his mind was only like, I just want this logo right here, and I want it to take as inspiration this from this hoodie, right? So I know this hoodie is, I know the construction that it has. I know that it's like one single needle stitch right there as a top stitch, putting together the waistband and the body of the fabric. Then we have ribbing. Then we have these draw cords are with no metal endings. It's just a knot at the end. So I know from here which type of garment he wants, right? So going back here, this reference to me is enough to understand the type of garment he has, and it's nothing else. So he just gave me this as reference, right? For fit and sizing, and then material and construction, probably he used the same as here. So 12 ounce, 100% terry cotton. If he wanted, let's say, something different than this terry cotton, he may say like, I want this fit, but let's make the fabric brushed fleece, right? Which is different, like brushed fleece and 100% polyester. He can also do that, right? So it depends on every client, and the important thing right here is that you show, even if it's me or another designer, your references that you have in mind, right? So for the sleeve, if the sleeve has some logo, if you have, you can see here that there's a logo right here. So if you wanted, let's say, like just an example, if you wanted this logo to be 3D embroidery, you can also send me 3D embroidery references that you have, right? So you can tell me, mm, you can say, Maria, I want a 3D embroidery, but I want embroidery to be like this type of mm, like little different, like terry, looks like terry fabric. Or I want the embroidery to be just like 3D, like a regular one, like this one, but it's super thick. There are different type of embroidery. There are like 2 millimeters, there are 3 millimeters, and there are other type of 3D embroidery. But let's say he wants something like this. he can send this and say, hey Maria, I want my logo but with this reference right here, follow this reference. So every brand is just different. um so in this case, he was showing that, and he sent me also the colorways. This is like a little bit more advanced, but in order for us to start only with the sketching concepts, that's the only thing I need, right? So Maria, I want this logo in this technique. I want this fabric from here, from this reference. I want this type of cuffs. I want this type of hoodie, and show me a reference. So with all the reference that you send me, I put them all together, and then I'm able to create the sketch, right? So in here, you are able to see the sketch, and then, okay, is this something that you want? Yes. So you can see here, like the drawstrings are with knots. The needles, single needle stitch is here. Then we we have probably this one is like he wants this logo in a certain mm, position and a certain measurement. So I'm just in charge of putting everything together, right? So let's say um once he is done with all these references, I'm able to create this sketching. In terms of digital designs tools, I always we use Illustrator. It's always Illustrator. I don't know how to create do Procreate because I don't think it's necessary since I really know Illustrator. So, but some people like it too. Photoshop also, but since I'm only doing like 2D sketches, it's like I don't find it super necessary like Photoshop sometimes, but I'm not a graphic designer, so graphic designers are more into Photoshop and Illustrator both, but I'm very into Illustrator. These are the main design tools that I use. And for streetwear, I would recommend that if you have a great graphic design, your DNA as a brand has to be clear. So the visuals are crucial. Like visuals have to be super clear. Graphics have to be impactful and dominate in your brand. That's why I was showing you here this type of logo, like the logo are staying really standing out, right? Like in here we have design, but functionality is not lost. So you are like you made sure that this is like a patch logo or patch fabric. You have different type of contrast here, different type of fabrics and colors, but functionality stays the same. So in this case as well, right? So that's why I like streetwear. I think it's a very good way to find like functionality and design in a very comfortable way. So I like that pretty much. And yeah. So what I was saying here, mockups and samples, once your digital designs are finalized, we create like I'm referring here to like the graphic, right? Like the graphics from the graphic designer. Once they are finalized, I just put them together in with the mockup, the 2D mockup, so that you can have an idea of how that will look like. And everything comes just from reference that you find from Pinterest, and then you are the creative right here. You are the one who is building your brand, so you need to have this type of thing super clear. If you didn't have them clear, I could also help you, but most of my clients, they have most of them have already some idea, like type of idea of what they want, and I just help you to put it all together. Then I recommend that you always ask for three different designs. So let's say I want this logo here in 3D. Well, let's see how it looks in the sleeve, the logo, or let's see how it looks a little bit lower. Let's see how it looks in vertical. Like try to play with the logo placement and try to ask your designer to, or in this case, your production manager or whoever is doing your tech packs or graphics, sorry, or mockups, try to ask them for different ideas, not only one, right? So try to play with the position of the logo and different techniques, different colors, etc. So once you have that, you will be able to have realistic mockups. So not 3D. I don't work with 3D. I think it's not that necessary because at the end you will be going into development and into samples. I like and I respect a lot of the 3D and I like how people do it, but I just think sometimes it's just more expensive than the regular way. And at the end, it's just you are doing the sample anyways, right? So if a tech pack is well done, if your mock-up is well done, there's no mistakes. So at the end, the goal is to receive a tech pack, that is to receive a sample that is super close to what you have in mind. Probably some things what will have to change, because then you have to talk with the factory and see what they have and what they don't. But the most similar that it's possible, it's like it's the best. So this step is crucial. I don't recommend going into production without a clear tech pack and a clear mock-up. Don't do that, because you will get very messy samples, and at the end you will be the one who is spending $80 here, $80 there, plus shipment. At the end, you are spending $200. That is nonsense. That were useless, just because you didn't spend those $100 for it in a tech pack. You know what I mean? So I always recommend that do tech pack, do mock up. Like the clearer the better. The clearer the better. So that's how I do it. Um, because yeah, this is all about design process. So that's how I help my clients and the brands I work with to bring their concepts into life.